had bad teachers before, right? The kind of teachers that suck the life out of the classroom and leave nothing but a bunch of empty vessels by the time it's over. The kind of teacher that the moment you arrive in class, you're already impatiently waiting for it to end. You do the assignments just to get them done, not because you're actually learning. And your goal is just to pass the class, not to further your education. Most importantly, you know the damaging mark a bad teacher can leave all too well. They can crush any potential interest you had in a subject, for you can't help but look at it with disgust based on your experience with it. Yet, among the rubble of all of these bad teachers, there are a few gems that stand out even more in comparison. In a world where students are pressured to be successful while simultaneously depending on other people for that success, the impact an outstanding teacher can have on a person's life is all the more important. That's why today I want to talk about my high school English teacher, Mrs. Cooper. I'm going to go over why I look up to her as one of the best teachers I've ever had, for she helped me to learn to push through my struggles, she was caring to all the students that she had, and most of all, she taught us the value of research. The first reason I consider her to be remarkable is she taught perseverance through her difficult workload. Many students hated her class because of the amount of work that she gave, yet I felt that this was actually a good thing because the work that she was giving was associated with what we were learning. Many teachers will give assignments just to have something in the grade book or to make themselves look good. They'll give students easy stuff so that the students can get better grades and thus improve their image. Yet, this is not the case with Mrs. Cooper. Her work pushed me to work for my goals. I hated the loads of essays that were given, but I had to do them anyways. This struggle prepared me for my future writing assignments that I would have, and if it weren't for it, I wouldn't have passed the AP exams. I wasn't the only person she helped in her class though. Mrs. Cooper was a sympathetic person who provided guidance for all of her students. When certain students were falling behind, she would personally help them out. When the whole class didn't understand something, she would go over it together, or we would go over it together. For example, we were reading a book known as I Lay Dying, which contained a lot of complex colloquial language that was hard to understand. Yet, each week she'd have us all sit in a circle and go over each page individually just so that we could comprehend it. She'd also often use personal stories to relate to students' issues. She discussed her own trouble she had with college professors in the past to show that she understood how he felt. Finally, Mrs. Cooper helped me to understand the importance of research in developing arguments and ideas. Research to me, is not only a necessary part of all careers, but an essential part of life. Many people will believe something based off of some post they found on social media or an untruthful, very biased source. This misinformation can be damaging on a very large scale. Yet, we were taught how to avoid this kind of misinformation. I value research now even more than I did before, and I use all of her techniques that she gave us when doing research when I'm doing something for my school or for just my own benefit. That's why I consider Mrs. Cooper to be more than just an average English teacher. Though her work was considerably more difficult, it prepared us for the future by teaching us to persevere. When students were unable to comprehend and or handle the work that she gave, she was always willing to lend a sympathetic ear and support them. Last but most certainly not least, she helped me and so many others to understand the importance of research when developing one's opinions. Unfortunately though, Mrs. Cooper is not an English teacher at my high school anymore, having left for Michigan over summer break. Though I miss her, I know that whoever she is teaching now is very lucky to have her in their life, even if it's only briefly. Though I no longer have her as a part of my present, I will always remember her as an important teacher in my past and an inspiring role model for my future. Thank you.